On this episode of We're No Damn Experts, Rebecca and Madi and Joel are here to give you your year 2020 recap. So stay tuned as we have him sing anything we want him to. Joel?
It's the best damn podcast, the best damn time. You want to get up, get ready to get down. With its big white sky, wild river tamed. If you want to go, I can take you there to Great Falls, Montana.
Damn, that was good. Live music, original from Joel Corda for our podcast. Welcome to We're No Damn Experts. I'm Rebecca Ingham.
I'm Madi Hazard.
And we couldn't be happier to be visiting with Joel Corda here in Great Falls, Montana, the best damn town.
Where it all happens.
And
I mean, everything else is derivative of this place.
We've often said Great Falls is the center of the universe. Not a marketing ploy, just a simple fact.
Certainly the center of the state. So we got that going for us.
We got that. We got the Missouri River. We got some other stuff going on.
Yeah.
So Joel, Rebecca, and I just came back from lunch, and we were talking about how Great Falls is the center of the universe and plans for the future. But before 2021 smacks us in the face with whatever it wants to, what did you think of year 2020?
Well, you know.
There we go.
There we
Go
go.
ahead and collect your
I'm collecting
thoughts.
that thought. I never want to be somebody that dismisses a whole year. I think the things we found be good for us have been good for us. The things have been horrible have at least been horrible for everybody. So there's like an empathy builder in there, I think. Personally, I mean, you guys know, I was in the hospital for some days. I make jokes about, when you're in a hospital that long and you don't die, it's kind of embarrassing, when there's people that are actually really having a hard time. But it helped me get some perspective about the things that I need to be doing with my life, the kind of person I want to be. How's that?
That's a really good way to sum up 2020.
Rebecca asked me, what picture of Great Falls do you think summarizes 2020? It has to be the sluice boxes, being outside, because other places, they were stuck.
Yeah. In
Absolutely.
their houses, in their yards, which weren't very big.
No.
And I think that's the great benefit of getting to live here. As our listeners want to come and visit, we get to be here all year long.
Yes.
Outdoor recreation, being outdoors, being around people when we recreate is a normal thing. And we know how to socially distance, kind of in our nature here.
I think a lot of people that come to Montana are people that want to be socially distant in a way anyway.
I would agree.
They take their turns. You know, it's like, now is the time for me to be alone, and now is the time for me to be with other people.
Yeah.
But yes, I think the outdoors have really served us in Great Falls. And how far are we away from anything? 15 minutes gets you to mountains. It gets you not even 15 to the river. It gets you
Anywhere.
Really.
I mean, the art that you're surrounded in.
Mm-hmm.
And so if you just want to sing something along those lines.
Oh, boy.
Well, and we know.
If you want to just pull out a number.
Well, I did tell our listeners on our last podcast that Joel Corda is bringing his guitar.
I know, and I'm a liar because it's in the shop right now.
But
I feel so bad about
usually
that,
you're
ladies. I'm sorry.
performing live in a lot of venues through town.
Yes.
And this year, you still got to perform live, but in
a
new type of environment. Mostly from
my house, with just through the iPhone. I got so much out of that I did not think I was going to get out of. Chuck Fulcher makes fun of me because I wasn't asking. I shouldn't throw Chuck under the bus here, but he's like, "You were the first one doing it. Did you set up a tip jar? Did you do No, I didn't do any of those things. You lost on a lot of money because people were really, really generous there at the beginning. I'm like, they've always been generous. The point was I wanted to do something. When you're an artist and you're kind of locked up in your house and you can't go do the other things, and you feel like, okay, I can play and I can sing. I can actually be useful right now. And there's not a lot of times in my life where I'm like, you know what they need?
Some
right now.
Some singing.
Let me put some pathos into music and just...
We have here in Great Falls a Joel Corda light that just shines. It's time for Joel Corda.
It's the bat signal for me. Yeah.
The first time I met you, Joel, was at Celtic Cowboy, and you walked up to Kristen And she's like, you've never heard Joel before? Like, how the heck did you even get this job in Great Falls, Montana tourism?
That's funny.
And then all of a sudden you sang, and we all stopped in awe. And I remember one of the bartenders there's like, yeah, Joel, you should see Joel when he sings Purple Rain. I was like, and then ever since, you haven't been able to perform there.
That was kind of one of the last ones, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So you got here in the middle of all this. Thank you for the compliment. I should have just received it. I always want to deflect, but thank you for saying that.
Of course. So then when Rebecca says, let me backtrack. We have Monday meetings. Rebecca says, we're going to start a podcast. What do you mean? And then I hear more of this idea, and she's like, and we're going to have Joel Corda do the music for the podcast. I was like, I know him.
I know that guy.
I know him.
Yeah.
And I was like, yep, there wasn't another contender. It was only and always you.
That is very sweet, but I do need to say, and this is an important thing, it's good for our tourism, right? Great Falls has a lot of singer-songwriters. I really do a great job, and I wonder if it's because we're by the water. Because you know how the Delta, they have everything comes up from the water. Mm-hmm. I think that's where you get some really creative folks.
I didn't know that someone in our community who was a Great Falls champion was a singer, and Rebecca tells me yesterday, and I was like, what? They have that on their plate too? And she's like, yeah, she sings with a ton of bands, and it's pretty good. Really, Jolene?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. She's one of them. How many can we name? Like if we really gave ourselves 30 seconds, Joe Ryan.
Yeah.
Britta. We have Merle.
Melissa,
Rick Tryon. Keep going, because if I forget them, they're going to make... the Lucky Valentines.
Okay, yes.
They're very much from... They're Fort Benton, but we'll count them.
We'll count them. One of our friend Michelle's favorites, 50 Watt Sun.
50 Watt.
Okay,
yeah,
yes.
They're good. Common Ground. My friends Nikki
and
Dusty.
Yes.
We're on 8. And we have not tried that hard yet.
No.
I haven't even thought of the lineup through the
49th Street Blues Project.
Yes, and then we have Ryan Johnson. We have we should stop there because we have Thorn Among Roses, and then the Baker family. What are they called? Oh, I can't believe I'm forgetting their name. I did this to myself though, so I put myself in this position. But there's 12. There's 12.
Yeah.
Without trying that hard.
And that's just singers.
No, those are people that write their own stuff too. Yeah. All the cover bands out there.
That's the genre I was sticking it into was singing, because we also have then the movie formats and the performing arts,
all of our painters and all of our sculptors,
the theater performance.
So interestingly enough, Great Falls is going to be featured on an Amazon docuseries about art in the Midwest.
Well, it's the original one was Art in America's Heartland.
Oh, there we go.
And it was a documentary, and now they're doing a docu-series. So then Great Falls gets a featured episode.
Oh. Interesting.
And we had to come up with a list of 10 artists from our community that we pitched then to the producers or the directors. And we made the list. And we're now going through all of the list and
she's making a list and checking it.
She is.
Asking people, is it okay if we drop your name? You may be selected, you may not. And you, sir, are on that list.
I didn't want to be the guy to have to really push myself and pitch my...
Was it me?
So if you're willing,
happy to make the list, yes.
If you're willing, I'd love to drop your name to these people.
Drop my name,
They're going to come into our community in April and film artists talking about
doing it here. Yeah, that's great.
And so we named, or you two named a dozen singers, songwriters in that short of time. So when you include art in different capacities.
Here's the other thing, and I think I want to really emphasize this, and I talk about it all the time when I'm talking about Great Falls. Great Falls doesn't say no. So anytime that I've made a film, or I've made an album, or I've done any of the things that I'm doing, or tried to just put something together, Great Falls has never said no. I've never had a location where I've gone in and talked to the owner and said, hey, we want to film something. Can we do it here? I've never heard no. That doesn't mean it won't happen. It doesn't mean you hey, I'm just going to do. No, there's obviously if you let them in on your dream and your vision and say, hey, I want to give you credit because the reason I picked you is it looks like this. And this is a representative of what we do here. They've never said no to me. And that goes all the way back to high school.
And you're a Great Falls kid.
Yeah.
Born, raised.
Yep.
left, came back.
Well, born in Missoula, just to be 100% accurate, but from 3 months old till now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those 3 months didn't count.
No.
I remember your mom probably didn't think so either.
Well,
is he really going to be like this for the rest of
I think we need to change the location. This kid will stop yelling.
This is not a solid start.
This is not how we want
Let's
things to
do
go.
a reset.
It was such a great place to be, and it's such a great place to try to make things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the people that know that's why they stay. That's why, and it's so easy to find great art in Great Falls.
Well, and the people just willing, you look at Western Art Week, which in today's scope is 16 plus shows, over 800 artists, 50 years in the making, for goodness sakes.
Right.
And that's a idea spawned out of some people sitting around 50 plus years ago saying, hey, let's do this art thing.
We got this guy's cabin and a lot of his art, so let's build it around
his birthday.
Well, and now they're to the point where they're counter programming with this stuff at the outside in the expo park, so it's not just one thing. It grows into multiple things.
We had visited with the people who were part of the formation of the River's Edge Trail. Same things. Mm-hmm. A bunch of people with an idea and a little bit of gumption, and they made it happen. And I think that's what's really unique about what you still see in our community today is people, just friendly folks out there enjoying what other people have been doing and looking at ways to create more opportunity.
100%.
We've got Mural Festival now that's just 2 years old.
It's cool.
And
super cool because you don't know, you just walk around the corner, there's something even cooler than you thought. What used to be there, I don't remember.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter anymore.
And now there's a fox on it.
Used to be a canvas. Now there's a fox. Yeah.
I'm only laughing because my daughter mispronounces the mural and the animal in it. So she doesn't say fox. She's 2.5, so you can probably guess what she says instead.
My son one day was singing a song that he made up that was just the word that she's mispronouncing. And you don't want to stop them.
Because it's such a great creative process.
It's such a great process. But when you let them know what they're saying, that's when the horror.
Well, you heard it from someone, Joel, okay? Probably you.
Honestly, no. If you can believe it, he did not hear his first swear word from me. I worked really hard at that, and I'm very proud. Now, once the gates were open.
Yeah. Then it's just downhill from there.
So
I'm excited because she's going to go snowshoeing this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Well, it's only because we had Jerry Jennings on Monday.
She said if you can walk, you can snowshoe.
Is that what she said?
Yeah, it's that simple.
Is that really what she... And how tall is Jerry Jennings?
5'8".
No, she's 5'6".
She's 5'6". Listen, you know I love the Jennings, but she's lying to you. You are a tall lady.
I am 6'1".
And it is handier to be closer to the ground.
I'm a little
when snowshoeing.
My husband's taller than me, so
the other option was backcountry skiing that Jerry told her would just be simple for her to do.
For some reason, Jerry thinks that I can do these things.
She's not wrong.
She has more confidence in you than you yourself.
Yes, yeah. Well, and she's a go-getter.
Yeah,
those guys.
Obviously, she's a good idea fairy.
We told her that.
We did. That's how we introduced her. But Jerry, come and tell me that I'm supposed to use these skis to go uphill, and I'm gonna. I'm like, you really don't know my history.
I actually think skiing would be easier than the snowshoeing.
I don't know.
What have you done? You don't know?
Neither.
Well, she's skied.
I've skied,
but not backcountry.
Not backcountry. I just downhill skied.
Sure.
I'm really good at riding bike downhill too.
Oh yeah.
A really strong skill there.
Real strong at the downhill. Yeah. I'm a real good sledder. Put me on the inner tube. Slap a helmet on.
I would love to say I'm a good sledder, but my mother, who sometimes listens to the podcast, knows I broke my tailbone when I was sledding one time, and I don't think I've gone since.
Really?
We had this really, really steep hill where I was growing up, and so I grew up on a farm ranch, and the hill is really steep and in the yard, meaning where we mowed.
The yard is where we mowed. I got you.
There was a lot more yard.
Yes.
I went and mow that.
Right.
So in the yard, there's a steep hill, and at the bottom, it had this beautiful rock ledging.
Oh,
that you could
jump.
That did the kind of formed the pathway into the house. Well, I hit the rock that was shaped like this. My brother and I were in the same sled, and it split me where the rock did, and it broke my tailbone. And so, I wasn't a good sledder.
That's one of the worst injuries ever, too.
Yeah, and it's not like you can do it. There's no surgery. There's waiting.
When I was growing up, there was a ski hill. I'm not going to say where this was because there's probably still lawsuits pending. But it was they built it for sledding. After, so it was kind of closed down, but you still had the rope tow. You get to the top, and then you would link as many people together as possible, and then hit and then there was a jump at the end. That's how you knew you were done.
Oh.
But if you had 18 people linked together and you go off that jump, which was kind of the goal, it was pretty.
So any sport,
it would not. Yeah.
Any sport can be extreme.
We made it extreme. We made it extreme. Yeah.
Extreme sledding.
Yeah. You'll be fine.
It's going to make for some great content.
Rebecca thinks I'm going to share these photos with Great Falls.
I'm excited.
Well, you should.
You better believe it. So
I'm not paying her for her time this weekend.
That's true.
But, because
I'm a champion.
Well, and I think we always tell our guests, and we've mentioned it on the podcast, and we share it in our blogs, that the outdoors are beautiful and you should go recreate, but you have to do it safely because there's things out there that are going to try to kill you.
There's bears.
Whether it be frostbite or bears moose or, cold water temperatures.
Fast water.
Yeah.
Tricky water. Yeah.
So what are the things you think you take for granted having been a Great Falls person for as long as you have? Because we always say there's things you don't explore because it's in your own backyard, and the ability to see something through somebody's eyes.
Everything we just talked about.
Yeah.
The fact that you can, and I do appreciate our river a lot, as much as I love driving by our river. Mm-hmm. Even if it's just not, I don't get out, but just to drive.
Yeah.
And just to see what's on there. So I guess I don't take that for granted. But the people, the mountains, the fact that we have really interesting characters here,
Yeah.
I know that it's like, it's just that's just that guy. I think it's a little more to, and I want to go back to that idea of you can do what you want here. And you and I have talked about this before, Rebecca, I met you when I was working on a business, had an idea, tried it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when you go down Central, most of our businesses here are women owned and have been for a long time before it was a grantable thing.
Yeah.
Before it was like, I could probably get help and do. No, we have pioneering people here.
We do.
And I think about a place like Planet Earth with Beth. It's like, would you have thought 20 years ago that a shop like Planet Earth would be a viable business? They made it so.
Yeah.
Because they have a dream and they bring people along. And
it's not, I'm going to say it, it's not a safe business. The products they sell aren't necessarily what you'd find anywhere else.
But she took her taste, her eclectic ideas, put them up for market, and it's worked for her.
And people responded.
Yes.
We did a video piece on taffy being pulled at Candy Masterpiece.
That was another one I was going to mention. Angie's so great.
Yeah, you just sit there and you watch the taffy being pulled. What was a 20-minute video?
I'm sorry, I'm a little bit of La La Land. I love listening to you talk. You two talkers, man. I said this to Rebecca earlier this week. I'm like, a lot of conversations that happen to our office need to be recorded. And right now I just felt like I was listening to a recording. Yeah, I went to Candy Masterpiece and I met Angie. And man, is she awesome.
She's the best.
I come in there, she's real mean, grouchy, pushing out. I'm joking. This woman welcomes me and tours. This is this candy. This is this. And then we go to the fudge area. There we go.
Which they make there.
Yeah.
And then she said, we're going to make the taffy for you. And I stayed there probably a half hour in total. But once again, the taffy pulling, I loved it. And it's like, this machine's older than anyone in the store. There's no safety measures. We have
this rogue taffy machine.
We had to put a glass cage around it.
We have stand back, do not feed the taffy.
And so I meet her employees, and Angie comes up with the recipes, and we make new things every month, and they ship, throughout the country, and weather dependence on the shipping availability. But the video is one of our most successful ones to date. If you have not seen slow-mo taffy pulling.
So you've just given me another idea.
Oh,
Okay.
darn it.
Here it is. No, this is you already have the material because we were talking about having a fire and songs and that idea.
It's uploading to YouTube as we speak.
What I'm telling you is the taffy. That could be your new watching a fire.
Going to sleep thing?
Or just hypnotically watching something happen.
Yeah.
Well, those are like the old Windows screensavers or whatever.
Yes, now you're with me.
Media player. But
this
it's
could be our new thing. We need to incorporate quickly. We just put this on.
Nobody listening, take this idea.
Hey.
We have some work to do. We should have it done.
I met these
February.
new people this weekend. And they're telling me what they do. And I immediately told them, this is your life goal. And we're forming an LLC tomorrow. And I'm going to be on retainer.
Yes.
And I'm going to just take 2%. And I said, that's all I need. Like, you want more? I'm like, no, you're going to be so successful that I only need 2%.
Only 2%.
Only 2%. But like you said, you have these amazing ideas. And I told Rebecca, we're not taking any new ideas this week.
No. Oh, I'm sorry.
But then yesterday happened.
We had Christina Horton, the marketing director from the CM Russell Museum.
Oh, now that's problematic.
I know.
Should have done that.
She didn't know.
Horton, you got to slow your roll when you come in on no idea week.
She says that we need to coordinate when we send out our welcome emails to people that express interest to Great Falls, Montana and the CM Russell Museum. And Rebecca and I talk about this while we're sitting at Electric City Coffee, filming our
out of office videos, which are new.
Which are going to be attached to our emails.
Those are great.
So now instead of a text where people are forced to read, how dare I demand that of them?
You say, push us to see where we are.
Yeah.
Press play and so
Who
then
came up with that idea?
Rebecca did
kinda both of us.
So if you do email us,
of you both. That's great.
So if you email us this weekend, you'll get that reply. But Rebecca,
and this is the perfect time to finally email us at podcast@visitgreatfalls.org and tell us you're listening.
We won't be here.
Joel, people are listening.
I
they
know.
are.
I know.
They won't email us.
Oh, so you want interaction?
I do.
I want a review.
Have we done polls? Have we done?
Well,
let's put one up right now. Here, all right, now hold on. This is them now. I'm taking over the show. All right, Rebecca. I want you to. I'm going to give you both 30 seconds to think about it.
Okay.
But your best idea in the last month each.
Ooh.
One idea, only one, and then that'll be the poll. Which idea was better?
Well,
just to see what we get.
She knows exactly all my good ideas.
Yeah, but you get to pitch yours. She pitches hers.
But they kind of become the same thing.
Okay. Maybe we'll make it even. Well, maybe we'll mask it better.
No, I've got one.
You've got one. Let's hear it.
Okay. And it's an idea I'm actually stealing from Jerry.
Oh,
Jerry,
so it's not original.
Okay.
Which Jerry?
Oh,
Jerry Jennings.
Jennings. Okay.
Goal forums. Something we used to do not that long ago, but in recent history, where as community, we get together, we share ideas, and then we pick a few by consensus to work on as a community, and we make those things happen. Turns out, that's how the Rivers Edge Trail started.
They voted on the top 10 ideas, and then committees were formed. People held responsible for making this come to life.
And there's a lot of things we can be doing to develop the destination, which get me really giddy.
Yeah.
And so I want to hear more ideas of how we can develop the destination, and I'm hoping a goals forum would get us there.
I like that. I like that.
It's a little bit nerd response. But
No. Was that through government or just people? Just volunteers?
Community, I thought.
Community was led by the Junior League.
Okay.
There was city government style involvement.
They had to be involved at some point, I would assume.
Yep. It
All right,
was
that's a beautiful idea.
Led.
It's beautiful. All right. Are you
so
ready?
my idea is, hers is a strategic level. Mine's more tactical, if you will.
I like it.
Parking day that happens, and a parking space is turned into a park in the city or for the day, and people don't know about it. And I think that we should have a parking weekend where there are 7 or so different locations throughout Great Falls in the downtown. And these parking spots are turned into themes. So you could have a book theme with a hammock, and then have the nursery dress that up like with trees. You could have one that is a mimosa fountain, and you have different bars serve their food only at that location, and have all these themes throughout the town. One for kids, and you would sell tickets to it, And you would have local photographers just walking around snapping your pictures so you can get off your phone and just enjoy your 30-minute or 20-minute block. And it can be an entire weekend of it. So if it was a book and coffee themed, then I'm going to go shopping downtown. I'm going to go antiquing. I'm going to see what kind of books I can buy. And then I'm going to go on the River's Edge Trail. And so I think those parking spots could be your itinerary starters or inspirations.
It's a gateway.
It's a gateway drug.
Adventure.
Gateway drug to awesomeness.
Yeah.
And that's building
These
off
are good ideas.
Yeah, that's building off the idea of we do have a parking day, but so many more people need to enjoy our parking day.
See, and I hadn't heard about it. And I like to think that I'm up to date on most things.
I don't know how long Joan at Business Improvement District's been doing it, but
it's the 7th one they've had. They took a break for a year or two, but the one that just happened this summer was their 7th one in the city. And it happens throughout the United States where the parking day's purpose is to raise awareness of how green spaces can be incorporated in urban areas.
Parking.
Ooh, now I get you. Okay.
So now do you
So
have
how do
an
we
idea?
vote on this? How do we,
Well,
I need an idea?
Well,
Mine's always like TV shows or, new albums or...
Maybe you should be the 4th person that pitches a reality TV show to Sandy at the Sip and Dip, because she's already had 3, if I remember correctly.
For a reality show?
Yeah.
Why would you want a reality show? That's just a great setting for any kind of sitcom, I would think.
Oh.
I think it should be a reality show for the interview process of how to hire a mermaid.
How to hire them? Yeah. How many mermaids do you know, by the way? Historically, I think I know about
only
5.
One.
Really?
I know
I'm not
2.
as worldly as people think. And the only one I know is Jolene's sister.
I know 2. One I'm not supposed to know. It's a secret that this person was a merman. And then...
Oh, I know that secret.
Yeah.
Why is it a secret?
I don't know, but I was told...
It's not even...
We can't tell anyone.
It's not scandalous to be swimming in a merman gear,
Well,
is
and
it?
if you count... Maybe I know 4. Because if you count Mayor Kelly...
Yeah.
And then...
Oh, I'm not even talking about celebrity ones. Daryl Hannah and...
Yeah. Hey.
So I know 2.
Okay.
So maybe just one. Just the one I can't say.
Interesting.
4. You know 4 of the mermaids.
Look historically through the years.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I know too many people is what happens.
Well, you've got a few more years on us.
Wait a second.
As resident.
Ageism.
Yeah, I'm on a year and a half of being a resident.
That's true.
Here.
That's true. How long have you?
15 years?
Yeah.
Ish.
I guess so. But I knew you right pretty close to the start of all that, I think.
If we go back to past podcasts.
You guys have done some nice work here, though. For real. Even all the poll stuff aside. And people you do need to email in to say which of these ideas
which idea do you like?
You
vote by emailing podcast@visitgreatfalls.org.
I still have a 2-night stay at the Staybridge Suites to give away.
What? So I should email it. Hold on. Let me pick up my phone.
We incentivize people to engage with us because you can't. It's tough with a podcast. Well, there was that one time I thought, we asked you to follow us on Twitter and you did, but the episode hadn't aired, so that wasn't really what happened either.
That's funny.
Hey guys, we're up to 53 followers, so they said at 13 that have joined since we started. Because Joel, we had 40, or no, we had 38.
Yeah,
somewhere on those.
Twitter's been a slow go.
I don't know that people on there.
They're on there.
Complain?
Well, no, they share pictures. They talk about stuff. And when we first created it, was going to be more event-centric. And
then 2020 hit.
Let me ask you both a question, because this kind of goes along the lines. What was the last idea that you guys had? Maybe it was the podcast, but we just said immediately, both of you said, we got to do that.
Yesterday at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's because of Christina.
Yeah.
So when we send our welcome emails to people that express interest, it's an email format.
Yeah, a lot of text. Great pictures, but
beautiful. You have to read. And once again, I can't read. I've just memorized a bunch of words. So someone else might be in the same boat as me. So Rebecca.
So now what they're going to be is videos.
And we're going to partner
with our partners.
Collaborate with our partner businesses to be on this video.
Are you listening, partners? Get your act together.
But we already have the entire footage. Yeah. It's already mapped out from the opening screen to where it's going to be shot, everything.
Now, do people have to...
We're just waiting.
How do they jockey for placement in this thing? You know?
We toyed with the idea of greasing our palms with $50.
I like it.
But then we thought, we'll see how this plays out. Sometimes we come up with these great ideas and our partners do this. Great.
Let me be a part of that. Please let me spend my life
on
force.
Your part for very little, immediate return on investment. It's going to be awesome. And they're like, we'll do it. We like what you're trying to do. We'll be a part of it. And then
so much of doing these things is trying things.
Yeah. Well, Christina's mad at me probably because we were there doing a winter video shoot and I was taking stills during it, but I moved really fast because the videographer takes priority in the shoot. And so I'm trying to move around and still get stuff.
Was this with Eric?
Yep, with Eric. And
Eric Heidel.
Name drop for no reason.
But again, there's a lot of good ones of those, but please continue.
So I kept almost running into the wall and knocking these oil paintings. And Christina's like, Marty! Oh. She's like, you're going to give me a heart attack.
Now, were these the V paintings? Was
no.
This...
No.
Oh,
no.
Okay. You're not messing with history.
She'd met us before.
So she knew what room to put you in.
Yeah, we were down in the glacier exhibit, and it was beautiful. It was a wonderful exhibit.
Right, and in 50 years, those people will have their own.
Yeah. So when we do this collaboration video with Christina at the Russell, I'm pretty sure she's like, as long as Maddie's not involved, or it's an outdoor space.
That's
so
funny.
This is probably the first time she's going to hear about it because we haven't pitched her this idea yet. We've just said,
good. This is good. I'm part of the cutting edge. I like that.
Much like you said in Great Falls, we just say yes. And so the response when she says, let's collaborate was yes.
Oh, why aren't we doing that?
Yeah.
And then,
why is that what we do?
And then it was later where we were recording our out of office videos. I'm like, we need to do a video welcome.
That's really cool.
And Rebecca's like, we'll do it in front of the Rain Buffalo and the Missouri. But I was like, wait.
Zoom out and show the entire city from the river.
But we said, wait, why don't we wait until our new visitors, our new offices are done? And
have you not heard?
No.
Oh, we're moving.
What?
Well, moving on up.
Calm down.
I know.
He thinks it's already done deal. We're negotiating a lease to occupy 15 Overlook Drive with the city. And so we're going to be moving all of our operations to the hill, Flag Hill.
With windows?
Yeah. It's all right.
They know let you out of the cellar, Rebecca.
They know we record in a closet.
In a basement.
It's a base camp.
They don't know that you're tied to the radiator here with a windowless. Holy!
Our guests who have been here.
I'm so happy for you.
Nice, but it is. But we've got this huge deck around that building that overlooks the Missouri River.
So we would start the video there.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Because we're gonna when we move up there, because we will, Rebecca.
And I'm scared Maddie's never going to work inside her office. She's just going to have a little fire pit outside on the back.
I already told her, like, we need to buy a fire pit. We're going to get these nice lounging chairs.
If we haven't learned anything about home working,
I can't do it, Joel.
Take your laptop outside anytime you want. So you guys have a newsletter in general?
Yeah, in general.
Or is it just an email list?
Both. I mean, we have an email list that we give our newsletter to, both for leisure travelers and for meeting planners.
Nice.
But we share everyone who inquires about Great Falls. We send them a welcome email to say, hey, we know you're interested. Here's the things. Because Great Falls has so much to offer, we want to kind of gauge where they're falling. Are they more of a history buff? Are they a shopper drinker? Are they an outdoor adventurer?
Shopper drinker. You can't do it. I know it's a thing, but not all of us have to do both at the same time.
No, so you can go to Pizzazz and shop and drink.
You can. I've seen that. Yes.
Yeah, we saw it last week Saturday with us.
I did.
And it wasn't staged for the camera.
No. I didn't know this was my job or part of my job. So I'm sending out this newsletter. I'm supposed to. It's about 250 people a pop. Oh, and then all of a sudden Rebecca's like, what have you been doing with this information? I was like, not what I should have been. So the first email I sent out of this newsletter, 8,400 people.
So we've moved at breakneck speed here at Great Falls, Montana Tourism for a number of years.
Yeah.
And only recently have we kind of been able to plateau, if you will, before our next growth spurt.
Yes.
And really rethink how we onboard, how we orient, and
how you want to build.
And then how our processes have worked and refine those for growth. Again, those of you who listen to episode 0 know I'm a little bit of a business nerd. And so now I just kind of check in and go, did you ever know you were supposed to do this?
In my eyes.
And people are like, No, this is the first I've ever heard that. I'm like, oh yeah, you should have been doing that since the day you started.
That's fun. I'm asking because I just started a newsletter.
Okay.
I did get it. And
did you get it?
Yeah, I signed up for your newsletter.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
got it. And if you sign up for Joel's newsletter, because you can do this through the link is on Instagram and your Facebook
and Twitter.
Where,
I know.
He's going to email you about like his new album.
Yeah.
Or his Christmas music.
Right. And then I did my first attempted podcast.
And that's exactly when you said this is my first real podcast. I was like, wait, your first podcast is going to be my podcast.
To be fair, I've done other podcasts. I'm sorry, ladies.
They don't exist.
I don't have any. You're right. I have zero experience in doing any of this. I don't know how to move a conversation forward.
Are they in Montana?
Yeah. Is this really happening? The other podcasts?
Yeah.
I did one with Matt Johnson back in like 2005. He had a highly produced like the first wave of podcasts.
Yeah.
And it was pretty fun. And I of course remember my guitar that day. No, I did remember. I don't want to get into it. I feel bad. Maybe what we'll do is I'll come back and just play you songs.
Okay. We'll have Song Hour podcast.
You're limited to one episode.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I understand.
We'll see how this one ranks.
We'll see how we do. Here's a new poll. How lame is Joel?
Oh my goodness!
It's the Joel poll. Does he stay or does he go?
So he has this song "Get Here Christmas."
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you.
I listen into my office when I'm not editing podcasts and I'm listening to people talk and I'm like, I just heard this.
I have to make sure that this is accurate and doesn't sound horrible. Yes. It's not an easy business. So I was telling you about the way that I want to do it. Because I know you're going to go edit and I know that we're going to take out, some of my buffoonery.
No, we won't. Not this episode.
Oh, okay. But
it's all staying in.
I think that's kind of the way. Is if we're engaged, because if this was going poorly, we would have wrapped up probably 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, been like, thanks, Joel, for being on the podcast.
Hey, thanks so much. Glance at watch. You know what? My hair needs shampooing, and it's got to happen now. But I want to get it as close to just being able to do it, say what I have to say, let people know who I am, because if we edit too much, they're going to know who you are.
Yeah, no. I know. I know
you have a professional veneer that we need to maintain.
Well, no. Did you listen to episode 0?
I did, and it was beautiful. I think that's really going to be something that people come to hang out with you for.
Insider secret on episode 0.
Yeah.
I didn't know we were recording.
Good job.
Monty hits record.
That's a good.
We're talking, playing. I thought it was just see how the equipment works, have some fun, test out what it's like to stand in a closet and talk to each other. Yeah. Turns out it was fantastic content.
Yeah. Pro move.
It was.
Pro move. You should always keep it rolling.
Yeah. And
then I deleted it. And then Monty had to figure out how to recover it.
You deleted it?
Yeah, well, because I didn't think it was going to be
So things were going too well. And what I decided was, you were like Rookie Bobby's dad at the Applebee's. Things were going too well. You had to get yourself kicked out.
Yeah.
So I really didn't know the podcast was going to be a good thing for Great Falls. I was worried.
Why wouldn't it be?
I didn't know what we were going to talk about. Like, how's this?
There is so much to talk about here.
Joel, I know now.
Listen, now I don't want to tell you when you've hit rock bottom, but I'm going to tell you when you've hit rock bottom. When you have to go to the water cleaning plant and get them to talk about what they do, you'll know that you've run out of material.
I don't know. The nerd in me thinks that would be fun. The problem is every 4th, 5th grader has done that already. Oh, well, I didn't get to.
Right, no, we did. It was...
I grew up in a town of 5.
So
we didn't have a water plant.
That's fair. You just had water.
So we recorded this episode, and Rebecca and I were boom-ba-doom-ba-doom, whatever you...
A little tennis match, a little back and forth.
Great back and forth. There we go. Even though she insults me the entire time.
I'm good at that.
This is really good. Even on our Wikipedia page about We're No Damn Experts, it says, Ingham repeatedly says that Hazard doesn't have a face for TV or a voice for radio. That's on the Wikipedia page. So
who wrote the Wikipedia?
She did. Everyone knows I do very little. I'm still waiting for my twirly chair.
I know. So when we had this successful recording, I was like, yes, this podcast is going to be amazing. Everyone wants to listen to us. I mean, we're no damn experts, but man, I can fill in some conversations.
Yeah.
That's the job.
Well, now it's part of my job. I mean.
Yeah, and we've had a few episodes where, audience, they weren't our A work. They were more A minus.
Really?
B plus.
B plus.
When they get really bad, though, we don't air them. And we've got...
Ooh, how many bad ones? How many unaired are there?
Probably 1.5.
One.
You took the scissors to one pretty well. That's exciting.
Well, there just comes a point when you have to gauge how long people will actually listen to what you're talking about.
Right. And like right now, do you feel like we need to wrap it up because we've peaked?
Because I have one more question.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm ready for it. Hold on.
What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Oh, boy. Like I told you, I was in the hospital. Figured some things out, which I had always known, but I just am making things and putting them out. So the TV show that you know about, I have an album that's almost completed. It's not the Christmas one, but...
I know of that. I saw that in the Business Bites.
I have all these things that I've been working on, and it's just time to put them out and really go after that. I'm really looking forward to playing live again.
I am too.
You know, I've gotten a taste of playing outside of Great Falls too, which has been really nice too. Just to have that experience of trying different places. And so I'm looking forward to being a tourist through the art, you know.
That'll be fun.
To recording what we do here. So,
are we going to see more acting out of you in 2021?
We were in the middle of producing a play. You would have seen directing out of me. We were doing one and got shut down. I have a play that I've written that I'd like to see put up. The TV show where I'm in that plenty. We'll talk about that down the road. Yeah.
That'll be a whole another episode, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about the TV show.
You'll be excited on that episode. Then.
My friend, the other videographer that I know really well, Ryan Soria.
Okay.
He is the director and helps film all these. But I have 3 episodes of a TV show. Probably not so much about it.
No.
Okay, fine.
Well, we'll talk about it later.
We'll do a whole episode.
Yeah. But
I'll return to the podcast.
I will tell you this.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. The title is really in tune with puns. So
yes, I love puns.
We love puns.
Me too.
They're a damn good time.
They are a damn good time.
So Rebecca, let me ask you a question.
Yay!
What are you looking forward to in the year 2021?
You know, honestly, it's just the return of our guests. We had a lot of guests here in 2020. But we didn't get to interact with them the way we normally do. And so I'm really just looking forward to that return of the guests into our market and having them get to experience our community, not being shut down or restricted. You should expect a nerd response from me because I am who I am, but that's what I'm looking forward to. You?
Obviously, you're going to answer that question. So when I first moved here...
I'm surprised.
I'm the rubber, you're the glue. What are we going to say?
Yeah. What does it do? I don't know. When I first moved here, my husband and I renovated our house and we just finished. So their first year in 2019, we weren't out exploring. We weren't in downtown. And then I started my job here in 2020 and then things shut down. So I never got to experience all these major events. Like, yes, I've been to the restaurants. Yes, I've been to the outdoor attractions and some of the museums, not all of them yet. I cannot wait to go to all these places that I've learned about while working here.
Yeah, she had been on the team. She started end of January, the last day of January. And then I sent her home the end of March.
Right.
To work from home until June 1st.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's an interesting environment to start your employment in. Oh, middle of pandemic, figure out what you're going to do from home on a daily basis and tell me.
Yeah, tell me what it is you're doing.
Well, Joel, I guess like you said, we've peaked.
We peaked. I need a nap. We did it, Marty.
You did it.
It's just like, oh, this is awesome. So let me close. Thank you, Joel.
Thank you, Rebecca and Marty.
Of course, Joel.
With us today on your Christmas break. And we look forward to more interesting episodes that we'll share with our visitors in the future with artist Joel Corda.
Thank you. I'll bring my guitar next time.
Awesome. Now,
don't make promises you can't keep.
I really thought
Do you remember the closing part of the podcast that you say?
Ladies, let me hear your version of it, and then I'll be able to pick up on it.
We're no damn experts is the recorded claims from Great Falls, Montana, telling you everything you need to know about this amazing damn town. So say it. You just heard it.
I didn't memorize it again.
And we're done.
On the next episode of We're No Damn Experts, Rebecca and Maddie have Jerry Jennings on, and she tells us about the Silver Crest Trails winter recreational area. You won't want to miss this one. We're No Damn Experts was produced by Great Falls, Montana Tourism with original music by the best damn musician, Joel Corda.